Hello, my name is Joseph Puckett, and I'm here with Craig Wiggins Coaching to give you a virtual tour of our on-demand learning platform. At the time that I'm filming this, we have over 1,500 agencies from every single state across the country. Over 10,000 users are leveraging our on-demand virtual training platform to grow and develop their team to reach their full potential and increase sales, increase growth, maximize compensation and bonuses, and really make sure that our team members are getting the most of their opportunity so that you as an agency owner and manager can also do that as well. I want to show you the virtual training platform. It's truly powerful. Now, let me go ahead and share my screen here. Let's share Google Chrome, and then I'm gonna make my face just a tad bigger. All right, there we go. So real quick, craigwigginscoaching.com. Check it out, craigwigginscoaching.com. If you're not already a member, you can click on join now, learn more about our on-demand virtual training platform. We also offer other levels of membership, which include more individual interactions with you and your team. But again, over 1,500 agencies are leveraging our on-demand training platform, and it's extremely powerful tool. So I want to show it to you now. Now, you might be an existing member and you're watching this to kind of get a refresh of how the platform works, best practices, etc. You may notice that there's a lot of new organization of the courses and the documents, but I'm also going to show you some new features. Get ready to be wowed and to be really impressed that as an existing member, you're getting all of these updates, and we're going to keep making the platform better and better for you. If you're seeing this for the first time, get ready to get excited, because you're going to see exactly what we teach all across the country, things that we've done in our agencies to get our producers writing over 100 items a month, maximizing our opportunity, and now we're helping agencies all across the country do that as well. It's really cool. So wigginsuniversity.com, wigginsuniversity.com. Just typing that in here. That simply redirects to our Lightspeed VT platform. Once you're a member, you're going to want to bookmark this. That way you've got it easy. And check this out. I'm holding up my iPhone here. Everywhere you and your staff go in the world, literally everywhere that you go, you're literally carrying around CWC in your pocket or your purse. iPhones, iPads, Android phones and tablets, Macs, Mac computers, PCs, any device anywhere in the world, as long as you've got an internet connection. Wigginsuniversity.com in Chrome or Safari browser works beautifully. The mobile browser on phones or tablets, or the desktop browser on a Mac or PC, Chrome or Safari. Please don't try to use Internet Explorer. The platform doesn't play nice with Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge. But let's log in here to wigginsuniversity.com. I'm going to give a brief overview, brief tour, and try to share as much content as I can. So typically when you and your staff log in, you're just going to click on Start Training, which takes you to the training center. So let's click on Start Training. Now, when you log in here, it might be viewed one of two ways. Here, I have it in the list view. So as I scroll, I can see the Agency Owners Learning Path, which has Agency Owners and Managers courses first, then sales, service, special guests, life retirement, and our live events and live trainings. Now, it also might look like this grid view. This puts it in a horizontal fashion instead of vertical. So I have Agency Owners and Managers Learning Path. Notice this little gray arrow to the right. I can scroll right or left to see everything. And then we have the Sales Team Learning Path, which has them start with the sales team courses. And we have the Service Team Learning Path, which has them start with the service team courses. Now, when your staff log in, if you've only given them the staff level content role, they won't even see this whole row or learning path, Agency Owners and Managers Learning Path. Or if I change it back to list, they don't see any of this. When they log in, boom, this is the first thing that they see. Sales Team Learning Path, Service Team Learning Path. So whether they do sales or service, they're going to go through that learning path. Now, you might have hybrids that do sales and service. Which area do you want them to focus on first? Tell them to start with that learning path. So let's dive in a little bit further. These aren't individual courses. This is a subsection, which within it has individual courses. So let's dive into Agency Owners and Managers courses. Boom. Takes me straight to the Agency Owners and Managers courses. Guess where owners or managers should start? Right here. We put the courses in the order of recommended completion, from top to bottom, left to right. just like you read a book. So agency owners and managers start here, leveraging the platform, holding your staff accountable. All of this will help you in terms of making the most of your CWC on-demand training membership and getting your staff up to speed quickly. We've got team meetings done for you, agency fundamentals, scaling, staffing, hiring, onboarding, hiring and developing leaders, fast track to 100, coaching, role playing. Look at all these courses. You can see the number of chapters and the time next to just about every course on the platform, unless it's something that we're kind of continually adding to. So you can see it's 36-minute course. That's easy. I can knock that out. This one's a tad longer. All right. So maybe this one is 2 sittings. This one's 1. Or you can binge watch, right? If you're an owner or manager, I'm totally fine with you binge watching the content. There's over 60 courses and over 1,000 chapters at the time that I'm filming this. Many chapters are very short and consumable, 3 to 5 minutes, sometimes 10, maybe 15, but each individual chapter are very short and consumable, except for the live content, the live training that we do every single week is recorded. The live events that we've done all across the country are recorded. The webinars that we've done are recorded. The new team member training that Allison Donner has done, it's over 30 hours of training that is fantastic for new team members. All of that long stuff is in this section here, the live events and live training courses. So you see our live trainings and stuff for this year, our prior live trainings and webinars, all of our live events, the new team member training with Allison Donner. It's, I said 30 hours. It's 9 hours and 30 chapters. Amazing training for foundational training for new team members. All of the longer stuff is in the live section. So just keep that in mind. Everything else and all these other courses are very short and consumable. Let's take a look quickly at the sales team courses, for example. Where should sales team members start? And the sales team courses. What's the first course? Team members start here. When they click on the actual course, it takes them then to the list of videos. Welcome, your role, value proposition of the agency, compliance, blah, blah, blah. All of this amazing stuff really sets the foundation for how important they are inside the agency and to their customers, how awesome you are for giving them access to this world-class training. So they just start at the top and work their way down, video after video after video. Now, what we recommend, let me return to courses, is 15 to 30 minutes every single morning for your staff. It must be as required as showing up. It must be as mandatory as turning on their computer. Every single morning, I promise you, we can make 15 to 30 minutes of CWC on demand a priority and a requirement. And hopefully they'll love it, get excited about it, maybe even want to do more. And you might have to hold them back a little bit and say, hang on, we're not going to do all this in one day. It's going to take days, weeks, months, and even years over time to continually learn and grow together with CWC on demand. Plus, we've got the live training that we offer just about every single week, which includes role play. It's so interactive with staff, owners, managers from all across the country. It's really fantastic. So we've got the live training once a week. It's around an hour, 15 to 30 minutes every single morning. We're talking 2 to 3 hours a week. Those 2 to 3 hours a week of CWC to make the other 37 hours for your staff, maybe more for you if you're the owner, but to make the next 37 hours more productive, highly profitable for you and for them, and better for your clients and your customers. I promise you that investment in time is going to be well worth it. So team members start here. Tip of the day is an awesome course, and you'll see it's also labeled in the main sections for each section for sales or service. These are very short tips that can be done, not necessarily in any order. If you just want to bang out 5 minutes of CWC real quick, tips of the day are awesome. Fast track to 100, the sales process scorecard, right? The sales process scorecard is probably one of the most important courses on the platform. It breaks down our entire sales process from A to Z, and it shows you and your team how we sell coverage and not price. It really is fantastic, and it breaks down our entire sales process. Fantastic. Overcoming objections, more top paths and scripts, additional sales strategies, lead generation, referrals. You want more? We got you. Coaching and development, scaling your business, team meetings done for you, success strategies from other agencies. I need to record a few more of those. All right here in the sales team courses. But what do they do once they've completed these over several weeks or so, depending on how much time? Because you can see how many chapters there are and how much time it is. Well, they go back and then move on to the next section. Oh, still in the owner's learning path. Let's scroll down to the sales team. So what's the next section? The service team courses, right? Tip of the day is also here just to highlight it, to quickly get some quick videos in. And then they move on to special guest contributors, life, retirement, and benefits. Now they've worked their way down to our live events and live trainings. This is going to take months if they're just doing 15, 30 minutes a day to get down to everything. But they need to go through all of the courses. We put the courses in the order of recommended completion from top to bottom, left to right, just like you read a book. Can you jump around? Absolutely. Can your staff jump around? Sure. Should they? Not necessarily, right? Especially your staff. If you're an owner or manager watching this, I'm okay with you jumping around. You know what you need to work on, but you'll see that the platform kind of builds and builds and builds upon itself. So they start with their learning path. They click on the main section, the very first section, start with the first course and then the first video. Let me just click on that. And then they work their way down. Then they go back to courses, next course, next course, next course, working their way down through the platform. Once they've completed a section, guess what? They then move on to the next section. Now, should sales team members also complete service courses? And should service team members also complete sales courses? Yes. The entire platform is meant for the entire team, right? The entire platform is meant for the entire team. Your service team members are going to learn a ton from the sales courses on how to recommend higher limits when doing policy reviews, how to bundle and cross-sell existing customers at policy reviews and service interactions, how to overcome objections that they may receive when trying to do so, how to put it all together by following our sales process and making sure that they're not just giving service with a smile. Anybody can give service with a smile. No. To be a true advisor to your customers, they must make sure that they're properly protected, okay? With the right limits, with the right policies, all with your agency. Until we've done that, we've got more work to do for every single customer, okay? So, and conversely, this sales team member should complete the service courses. That really puts it all into perspective, not just getting that sale, making it happen. No, what happens on down the road when that claim occurs? What happens on down the road when we must be there for our clients? How does it all fit together in terms of the total relationship with the customer and our agency? They're going to learn a ton from the service courses. So let's just take a look at those real quick. Service team courses. You'll see service team members will start with team members start here as well. We have an introductory course, the service process scorecard, which, like the sales process scorecard, really breaks down how to have the entire phone conversation with the customer, policy reviews, becoming a trusted advisor, not just being transactional, excelling in your role as a service and sales agent. This is a great course for your team members that do both service and sales, and then customer service success with Allison Donor. And we're, of course, adding more and more courses to all of these sections, by the way. But you see, there's not as many service courses as there are sales courses. So your sales team members can absolutely complete this as well. And once they've done that, they go back. It keeps taking me to the owner's learning path because that's what I'm clicking in. They go back to their section, right? Sales team. Tip of the day. Again, tip of the day doesn't have to all be done in one setting. It can be kind of here and there. Really great stuff. Special guest contributors. Really fantastic courses. I'm going to stop showing you individual courses just in the essence of time. Really fantastic courses from owners from all across the country on leads and lead management, building and scaling the business. Powerful courses, some of which are just for owners. If it has the word owners in the title, your staff won't see it. And some of which is for owners and for the whole team, for staff, sales and service. Life, retirement, and benefits courses. If life and retirement and or benefits is a big part of your business plan, we got you covered. We have powerful courses in here, over a dozen courses, dozens of chapters, many, many hours of training on life, retirement, and benefits. Really great stuff. And then breaking it down to our live events and live training courses again, where we host everything. So you see the sales team learning path has these, 6 sections here, but each section has many, many courses and dozens of chapters. So 15 to 30 minutes a day, as you can see, it's going to take some time to work through it. And then we have the service team learning path here. So again, when you log in, it might be in list view or in grid view. Just keep in mind, if you're looking at it in grid view, you got these little arrows to the right. So you see this row, your staff do not. Your staff, when they log in, will just see these two learning paths. They choose the learning path that they are. They'll say they're a service team member. Choose the first course, service team courses, and then dive in. Team members start here. Next course, next course, next course. Once they're done with those, they simply go back and move on to the next section, sales team courses. Boom, boom, boom. Everything's in order from top to bottom, like this, or left to right, like this, just like you read a book. So we've reorganized the platform. It's super easy to see the learning paths. You just got to go into the section, into the course, and into those videos. Start learning and start growing. A couple other quick tips for you are notes. So you might say, Joseph, this is a ton of content that you guys have put together. You're right. And sorry, we're going to keep adding more, but that's a good thing. You're going to want notes. I promise you, you're going to love this. So let me click on my notes here. So I just went back to our homepage by clicking our logo at the top left. My notes. My notes allows me to put notes on individual chapters. You can see as I've shown this to people, I just type little gibberish or whatever. But see this search box? I could search the word Johnny or sales team, and it would find that note, right? Once I type in that and then click go. Maybe I watched a video or a course last week, for example, and I wanted to go back and look at my notes from that and try to find some notes. As you're watching all of these trainings, I promise you, you're going to want to take notes. Why? So you can refer to them later. They might remind you to talk with an individual about it, whether it's a team member or to share it with a sales team or service team, or just a mental note for yourself for future videos. You can save all of your notes here, and then check this out. You can then export them to PDF. Now, it was my notes, the black box on the homepage at the bottom left. That means these are your notes. You cannot see your staff. If you're an owner or manager watching this, you cannot see your staff's notes. However, my tip is to have them send them to you every Friday. Every Friday morning. They should have spent, 15 to 30 minutes every single day, plus hopefully including them in the live trainings that we offer just about every single week. It's about an hour, including live role play. You could have them do this. Export to PDF, pulls it up into a PDF format. Boom, see this little arrow? I could then download my notes to my desktop, save. They could shoot that over to you via email. And you can see what they're watching and what their key takeaways are. Now, if it's a 2-minute video, they shouldn't have 7 paragraphs on it, just a few notes. Maybe what they're going to start saying to make sure that they're more successful. Maybe what they're going to stop saying, which has been hurting them and hurting their ability to help customers. Maybe what they're going to start doing more every day or stop doing. So just a few key notes, especially if it's a short chapter. They shouldn't have to be writing a book. And how easy is it to take notes? So let me just jump into this. So notice that the title of the video is actually hyperlinked. I can click on that title. Guess what it does? It takes me straight to that section, straight to that course, and straight to that video where I had the notes. Boom, just takes me straight there. I can resume from maybe where I paused, or I can play it from the beginning. Let me mute this here. See this little tab, My Notes? Boom, My Notes. So, hello world. Joseph and Craig said, blah, blah, blah. I'm typing while I'm listening. It's all saving in real time. Watch this. I can go back to the chapter menu of that course, and it takes me straight to that course where that video was, and I can move on. I can return to courses and dive into another course in my learning path, or I can go back home by clicking my logo at the top left. Watch this. My Notes. Right there. Hello world. How cool is that? So while you're watching and listening, while your team are watching and listening, you can take little notes. I promise you, you'll thank me later. Now, if you're interested in our next live event or workshops at our agency, we have some informational video links here. How-to videos, like how to add and edit users, are all here. I'm going to walk you through that here in this virtual tour, so you have it all here as well. But I have some shorter videos that just show you how to add and edit users, reports, etc. Let's talk about reports. Now, If you're an owner or manager watching this or a team member, you have these black boxes here, my report card and my usage report. This shows you what your report card is and your overall usage of the platform. Now, if you're an owner or manager watching this and you want to be able to see what your staff are doing, let's take a look at that. So right up here in the menu at the top right, we've got reports. So just in case you didn't see that, this little hamburger icon here, reports. Remember, my and my, well, that's for you. Usage reports and report cards, that's for your team. So if we want to dive in deeper and see what the team are doing, let's take a look at report cards. So, and there's other reports as well, but these are the two most popular and the ones that you'll probably use the most. Let's take a look at reports here. So I'm going to search users. And let's just pick somebody. Let's pick myself, for example. So this is just our like admin for back into CWC. Let's generate Joseph Puckett's report card. Take a look here. Now notice the date range. Maybe you want to see what I did last week. I could change this date here. Maybe you want to see what I did on a specific day. I could change this date here. So today is what? 6/15/2021. All right. View filtered report. I hadn't done nothing today, but maybe I go back to the month. Let's see what I've done so far this month. Okay, I've watched a chapter. I'm 2 weeks into the month, y'all. If this is a team member, we got a lot to talk about. All right. I can also go back years, right? I can go back months or years just to choose something. View filtered report. This is for complete and in progress. You can scroll down and see all the courses that I hadn't even looked at or started completing chapters on. So this is somebody that's jumping around. Now, this was just me testing things out, but if this was a team member, they're not following the directions. They're not completing the courses in order. They're not completing each course at a time. They're jumping around. So you can kind of get a glimpse of this and see what's up. Now, this shows complete and in progress. What if I want to see everything that I have access to or that your team member has access to? Let's change this to view all. So not just complete or in progress courses, view filtered report. Now I can scroll down and see even courses that haven't even started yet. Okay. So you can take a look at all these courses. There's so much. There's so many courses. You're welcome. And yes, we're going to keep adding more. These are courses, not chapters, y'all. So you can see every course that I've access to and whether I've started it or not, whether I've completed it or not, right? So then you can hold your staff accountable. It's really powerful. Now, what if you wanted to get a glimpse of the whole team and what the whole team is doing overall? Let's go to the menu here. Reports, usage reports. Usage reports gives you a nice overview of the whole team. Report cards is just best for one person at a time. Now note that it defaults to the current month. So if I ever wanted to filter the report and change the date to look at 1 day at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time, I can go back year to date. I can go back years. You can change the date range by clicking filter, right? So filter report here. I'm just gonna leave it for the current month, click go. This will show you days that people have signed in. Now, let's say you have 13 users, for example. 6 people hadn't even signed in. Something to talk about. I can click on this number and it will show me who hasn't signed in as it processes. So I can see who hasn't signed in. I can go back and see who did sign in, right? By clicking this number. Everything is clickable. But let's say you have a lot of people, they're all signing in. But you look at the training summary, only a couple train. What does that mean? They're just signing in thinking that they're checking a box. No, y'all, this can't be like your gym membership where you pay to join the gym and then never go. That was me for many years. This ain't going to work if we don't watch and listen and learn and grow and take notes and practice and role play and implement and participate in the live trainings and grow together as a team. This ain't going to work if they just logging in. Okay. They must watch the videos so I can see who didn't train. I can see what they trained. All right. So all these numbers are clickable. If I clicked on what was trained, for example, total, you can sort it by user. You can sort it by date, right? I can export all of this data to Excel to further manipulate or save the data. So the reports are an awesome way to hold your team accountable to the daily training. It must be as mandatory as showing up, turning on that computer, and answering the phone. Please make this an everyday habit for your team. You make your staff do dozens of things every day, right? Showing up on time, wearing certain dress codes, how they answer the phones, interact with customers, prospects, etc. You make them do all those things every day, but you don't have to tell them every day. They just do it out of habit. We're going to have to make our staff train until it becomes habit. They're going to fall in love with it. They're going to be learning and growing and wanting even more. Sometimes you might even have to hold them back and say, hang on, at some point we got to get to work. We can't sit around and watch videos all day, but they're going to be hungry and thirsty for more. But sometimes they might forget. So we've got to make it a habit, a daily habit, just like they do all the other things without even thinking about it every single day, like breathing and walking. You don't got to tell them to breathe and walk, do you? We shouldn't have to tell them to train. You will at first, but as time goes on, it must be mandatory, all right, and part of their everyday process. So we talked about the training center, the course organization, reports. Ooh, baby, documents. I'm about to wow you. Look how beautiful this is. Documents. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this. It's not as pretty or as colorful as the courses, but man, oh man, there's some amazing stuff here. So we have two folders here at this time: CWC documents and processes for staff. So if you give just your staff access level in the content role, which I'll show you how to add and edit users here next, they're only going to see this folder. Your staff, unless they have the owners and managers content role or admin all content role added, your staff won't see the second folder. So let's jump into the owners and managers folder first. So again, not as pretty as the courses. There's not a lot of pictures and stuff, but we have them clearly titled. Amazing documents, y'all. Contracts to buy or sell, agencies, example, handbook, right? Agency handbook examples, hiring processes and interview guides, onboarding stuff, compensation plan examples. All of these things are really meant for owners and managers. So see, for owners and managers only. So only those with admin all content role or owner content role will see this folder. Let's go back and look at the team documents. So if I click on the ones for agency staff, I'm going to change this to view all at once, just so I don't have to scroll. There's a ton of stuff here. Everything, y'all. Our coaching scorecards. These are our scripts and talk paths. This one right here, this is the entire sales process document. That's probably the most important document on the whole platform. But gosh, we have more, from daily activity trackers, training trackers, marketing ideas and information, goal setting things, operations manuals, overcoming objections, more scripts and talk paths. So much. I don't have time to go through it all, but let's take a look at what one of the documents looks like. So let's go back to the coaching scorecards. These are our scripts and talk paths. Let's look at this one. So we've got some cheat sheets and like one pagers. I want to go into the full sales process document. It downloads to my computer. And let's see if I can open this up here in Chrome as a preview. And it is. So this is where we break down the entire sales call, y'all. The entire sales call. Right? And this corresponds to the sales process scorecard course that we have. But everything from A to Z, we have this all scripted out, and it's a scorecard, meaning they can either rank themselves as they're listening to their own callback, or you can rank them as their owner or manager. But every part of the sales process is here on these 3.5 pages, all broken down, and it corresponds to the sales process scorecard course. So this is just one example of the over 90 documents that we have on the platform, around 70 for the staff and around 20 something for the owners. Go through them all. Download them all, take a look at them all, some of which won't apply to you. That's fine. Maybe not now, maybe they will in the future. Some of which you're going to say, oh, I need to start implementing this right away. Many of which we refer to in the courses on the platform. So your staff will be referring to the documents. Keep in mind that we update the documents frequently. We're constantly adding everything and anything that we're using in our agency, or sometimes other agencies share what they're using and working in their agency. So feel free to check the documents frequently, because we're constantly working to make it better, just like we are the courses on the platform. Let's talk about how to add and edit users real quick and go from there. So I'm back here at my homepage by clicking our logo at the top left at wigginsuniversity.com. See this little dude with the plus sign? Got the little dude with the plus sign. I'm going to click on this little dude. It takes me straight to create a user. So I could add John Doe. His email is john@insurancerocks.com. I like to make their username their email address. That way it's easy to remember. That username is available. Keep in mind, though, if whatever you're trying to use was ever used on any other Lightspeed VT platform, has to be unique. So maybe John Doe 1 or John Doe 2, but typically their email address will work just fine. Make their password welcome1 or something like that. Access level has to do with what your staff can do on the platform. Most of your people will just be staff. Now, this doesn't have to do with what they can see on the platform in terms of courses or documents. That is content role. We're going to go over that in just a second. But most people will just be staff access level. What does that mean? Staff cannot fast forward short videos. They simply cannot fast forward the short videos. Just like you as an owner or manager, maybe you've ever done continuing education or something like that, and you've skipped to the end of the videos just to fly through it. Okay, so your staff can't do that. They got to watch the short videos. However, on the long videos, like the live events and live training sessions, they can. We do give them the ability to fast forward those because maybe they pause it. Maybe they took a note down on a live training or webinar or something at minute 42. I really love how Beth or Joseph or Craig or Allison, Brad, whomever did X. They can skip ahead to it. But the short videos, they can't. Your staff cannot see the reports for anybody but themselves. Your staff cannot create and edit users. Your staff cannot do other administrative things within the platform. Now, let's say you have an owner or a manager. An owner or a manager, once you just choose owner, don't choose manager. An owner can fast forward short videos, can see the reports for everybody on the team, can do more administrative tasks within the operation of CWC, including the ability to create and edit users. If I click on this yes radio button here, I could then create and edit users. All right. So if you have a manager or a spouse or business partner, feel free to make them an owner to help you with managing the platform in terms of adding and editing users and stuff. But for most people, it'll just be staff. Now, content role. Content role has to do with what they can do in the platform, right? Not do in the platform, see in the platform in terms of courses and documents. So most people will just be staff. Just give them staff level content role. And then, but depending on their role, whether sales team or service team, you can also click that. So let's say I'm a sales team member. That puts the sales team learning path on my platform. If you just click staff, it'll show both learning paths, which is also fine because sometimes they might move from sales to service, service to sales. So staff content role and then whatever their role is. So let's say I'm a sales team member. It's going to email them immediately. Once I click on create user, boom, takes 30 seconds to add a member, right? What do you want them to be able to do in the platform? What do you want them to be able to see in the platform? Name, email, ID, password, create user, done. It goes to their email. Now, it might go to their spam folder. It's being sent from Lightspeed VT. So you can also just say, hey, John, your username for wigginsuniversity.com is john@insurancerocks.com, and the password is welcome1 with a capital W or whatever. That's how easy it is to create somebody. Now, let's say we need to edit somebody. How do we do that? How do we edit or remove somebody? Let's click on our logo at the top. No, not our logo. Let's click on the little dude with the plus sign up here at the top right. But instead of creating a user, I can search users here or here. So select a user to edit. So let's just go to me, Joseph Puckett, edit user. Whoa, I have logged in 4,068 times. Look at that. Since 2017, that's when we created CWC, was this date that we launched CWC. We launched CWC with 6 courses and about 80 chapters. We now have over 60 courses and over 1,000 chapters in just the past, almost 4 years, dang. Okay, so let's say I forgot my password. You can, maybe a little password. Pretty easy. Just type password in there. Maybe you want to change my access level. Maybe I got promoted and need to move up, or maybe I'm moving back down to just sales or service. You want to make me just a staff level person. Maybe you want to change my content role up or down, right? Admin all content shows all of the courses. I think I forgot to say that on the other thing because I said most people just be staff, which is true. But if you want somebody to see everything, the agency owners and managers learning path, the documents folder that was for owners and managers, just give them admin, all content, and owner. So boom, boom, they're going to see everything. Admin, all content, and owner. So you can change me there. Whatever you change, you got to click on update account or the changes won't go through. Unlike the notes where you were just typing as you went along and it save, save, save. This, we got to click on update. Let's see here. Now, what if things just didn't work out and Joseph's got to go? Say, bye, Joseph. How do we remove a user? Let's go here back to the little dude with the plus sign. And I'm going to search for Joseph Puckett. I'm going to fire myself. Edit user, except I can't because I'm about to show you. Right above the username, see where it says active user? Yes, you will see 2 radial buttons. Yes will be selected because they're active when you added them. Or no, you can click on the radial button for no, scroll down and click on update account and they're removed. They're removed from the platform. They won't be on your future reports. They won't be able to log in, but you're not really deleting them per se. They'll still be on your past reports. You could, in theory, go back in here, search for inactive users at some point. I could search for inactive users and reactivate me. All right. If something happened, maybe I'm gone for 6 months, maternity leave or whatever. And you just want to pause my level. There's really no need to do that though, because you get this entire platform for unlimited users and stuff for the same price, whether you have 2 users or 32 users. So there's really no need to do that, but you can reactivate me in the future easily. You see all of my reports from the past. I just won't be able to log in once I'm deactivated or be on your future reports. Whew, we have talked about a lot in this video, gone through the courses, the learning paths, the reports to hold your staff accountable and yourself, by the way. If you're an owner or manager watching this, please make sure that you are also completing the training, not just the owner managers courses, but what we're teaching your staff. That way you can reinforce it for them. You can catch them doing good, or when they're backsliding a bit or maybe not following exactly what we teach, you can coach them up, right? With our help every single day. The notes, the documents, there's so many documents, y'all. You're gonna love them. Go through them all, figure out and prioritize what you can start using today. Maybe a short term, okay, this could be in my short term thing, or there might be some things that you just don't need, it don't apply to you. That's okay too. We're gonna keep adding more documents, courses, and sections to the platform, so get ready. I think that I've gone through everything. If you have any questions at all about the platform, how it works, I think it's rather user-friendly and intuitive. Based on your role, where do you start? Very first section. Within each section, where do you start? Very first course until you're done with that section's courses. Where do you go next? The next section, then the next section, then the next section. All right. So hopefully this has been helpful. How to use and leverage the platform in addition to the live training. I cannot stress how cool it is and how powerful it is for your team to be able to interact with me, Allison, Brad, Craig, Greg, Justin, others on our team, guests that we bring on. It's really powerful, y'all. Make sure you're leveraging the live training, and also check out our live events, right? They're powerful. Check out the workshops that we offer in Huntsville. Awesome. And if you want more individual support, reach out to us. We can talk more about the programs that we offer, the mentoring level, the team training that we now do for just one agency at a time. We're doing live role playing stuff and more. So feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions at all about how CWC can help you truly transform your agency. Hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Reach out to us at support@craigwigginscoaching.com, or feel free to email me directly, joseph@craigwigginscoaching.com. Thanks so much.